It makes me wonder if this has something to do with that chart that came out, that different colored chart. I think people said that Elon Musk actually posted it. I only saw a little bit of it when I was scrolling, and it was like all these check marks for what they, I guess, considered, what Disney includes, what Disney considers inclusive, diversive, and you know all this other stuff. So maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But uh, says new white men discrimination lawsuit hits Disney after diversity announcement. So my whole thing would be this: if you're a company that is all about diversity and inclusion, then that means you're going to hire people based on their skills and the content of their character, really, because it depends on the job position. Like me, I was in sales for years. You go into sales, they do want to know your background, but a lot of times it's not about your skills, it's about your personality, your character, your charisma, other things. Do you speak well? Do you present yourself well? Do you dress well? How do you look? There's a lot of that goes into sales because people, they have a saying, people buy you, they don't buy the product. So it's how the person treats you. It's several things that make a person buy something when you're a salesperson. But yes, there are jobs where it comes to was basically, well, okay, what's their job experience? Okay, because we need a person with experience about at least 5 years. Okay, they have 7. Great. How are they personable? Because people don't want to work with people they don't like. If you come off as insane or crazy or bad attitude, you won't get hired anyway. Even if you have more experience than the guy that's got experience, like maybe 3 years less. You're like, yeah, I interviewed him, but he seems like he might do something. Like something's off about this dude. This guy, I know he's not at our threshold, but I think we can bring him up to speed. And he's very personable. We both liked him when we interviewed him. Because sometimes you have an interview with a boss or 2 bosses. Sometimes it just depends. So, having said that, um, if you're going to be a company that hires on inclusion and diversity, then everyone should be hired basically in depends on how you want to talk about equity or equality, but you're hiring the best person for the job. It's not going to be based on their color or their sex or their sexuality. It's not going to be based on that. It's going to be the best person for the job. So let me see what this has to say. The Walt Disney Company is facing a new lawsuit, this time from a group of powerful figures. Powerful figures? From the former Trump administration. Wow, okay. Who claim the corporation is intentionally discriminating against white American men, Christians, and Jewish simply because of their race, sex, religion, and citizenship. Wow! Innocent until proven guilty. But if that's true, my God, Disney is no stranger to litigation on both sides of the court. The company is famously prone to suing individuals, businesses, and even state governments for everything from copyright infringement to First Amendment violations. At the moment, Disney is locked up in a number of cases, including multiple lawsuits involving Governor Ron DeSantis and his Central Florida Tourism Oversight District Board of Directors. Man, that was a long title. Allegations of ignoring and covering up certain assaults and even an isolated car wash. And what? An isolated, what's a wait, what? Is that code for something? Someone help me out with that. Isolated car wash? Okay. This lawsuit from the American First Legal is one of the more dramatic and potentially damaging that Disney has faced in a long time. In a press statement, the AFL, which has been described as a right-of-center nonprofit organization that aims to use litigation to oppose left or center policies enacted by the Biden administration, claims that Disney is violating Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 by engaging in illegal race, sex, and national origin discrimination. That rhymed on play game bars. Specifically, the AFL lawsuit is alleging that Disney's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts amounts to illegal discrimination against white American men. It claims the DEI effort break the Civil Rights Act by requiring hiring, that rhymed on play game bars, and promotion of underrepresented groups like Black, Latino, LGBTQIA plus individuals. The lawsuit specifically cites a memo from the Walt Disney Company that breaks down inclusion standards, which can be seen at the following tweet. So I have to check that out. The memo has recently become a favorite of far-right figures who claim that it reveals that Disney is intentionally and illegally discriminating against people, largely white men. Controversial billionaire Elon Musk recently called it a mandatory institutionalized racism and sexism, and that a related FAQ document was a racist, sexist, discriminatory set of laws enforced by Disney's DEI Gestapo. My. Musk also offered to fund the legal battles of anyone who feels that they either lost a job opportunity or were fired. You're fired! Because of the DEI standards, which was swiftly taken up by the former Star Wars actor Gina Carano, former Keeping Up with the Kardashian star Caitlyn Jenner, really also appears to want the South African businessman to bankroll a lawsuit against Disney for not casting her on a Hulu show, though Musk has not made any public statements regarding that. APL President Stephen Miller, who's best known as an advisor to former President Trump, released the following statement. Quote, Disney appears to be engaged in pervasive, far-reaching, and illegal race and sex discrimination in violation of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Accordingly, we have filed a formal complaint with the EEOC that Disney is engaged in illegal conduct. It is sad and tragic that a company whose name was once synonymous with wholesome and charming childhood fantasies is now dedicated to spreading divisive bigotry. We urge Disney to cease and desist its unlawful and destructive conduct at once. My. Disney has faced numerous accusations in recent years that it has gone woke, primarily by casting people of color in prominent roles or leadership positions. It seems this new AFL lawsuit is attempting to push that accusation into the legal system and giving Disney a new problem to deal with. The full letter from the ATL can be read here. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole thing here. It's like, what is this? This is 16 pages long. This is insidethemagic.net. So this is the website that you can check it out on. My. Well, time will tell, and we'll have to see. But my God, I'm living in such an insane clown world time. It's just nuts. Things were so much simpler for childhood Tyrone. Great entertainment abounded everywhere for the most part. I didn't have to deal with all of this. Oh well. Maybe I should start Never mind. 10 million subscribers. Woo!